What's going on, everybody? Just got back from the Atlanta Guitar Show, which is pretty cool. Usually make a trip to like one of the big ones a year per year, but this is the first time they've done it in Atlanta in I want to say like 15 years or something like that, and it was pretty fun. Saw a lot of cool stuff. I have some video I'm going to start inserting into this, and I'll probably talk over a little bit. Got to see some old Stratocasters, which was great. Been really thinking about getting an old Strat, and I've got like my 345, and I've really just been in love with this forever. It's a great guitar, love it. Thought about maybe getting another one, like maybe a late 60s or something, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to get something totally different, because I've really been enjoying playing Strats, and seeing like Nick Savigny's videos, and hearing all his tones, and I've recently got into like Philip Sace, and I've always loved Steve Ray Vaughan, and yada yada, the list goes on. So, thinking about getting an old Strat. Don't really know what I want. Know I want a pre-CBS, so got to play a 63 with the 62 neck, so it's the slab board. And that was a really great guitar. It's probably my favorite one, because it was all there, and definitely a pretty crazy guitar, but I like it. And then I wanted to play 59 as well, like seeing Matt and Nick play these 59s that are just out of this world. Wanted to get a feel for that neck, and it was interesting, because the 59 played better than that 63 that I played, or with a 62 neck, and that 59 was pretty good. It felt great. It probably played better, and it was really light. It probably just rang like a bell. The price tag was a lot better on that, but it was missing the original pickguard, missing some original components, but the core of it was there, and it was refinished in like the 60s. Put a video of that up right now. Liked that a lot, so kind of points me in a direction that I think the 59 neck, or is that, or the 62 is probably my favorite. Now, I haven't played 60s or 61, so I'm not so sure. I'm also not well versed on that kind of Fender history, so just take my time, and I'll go into Arlington, or I guess it's in Fort Worth now. Gonna go play some old guitars this year there, and see what happens. Got to see the Songbirds exhibit, which is just insane. Like, I haven't been to Chattanooga yet to check it out, but you should, if you're wanting to go to a guitar museum, that's the place. We were talking to the guys, and they had, they said that they have all the prototypes for all the guitars, basically, that you want to see a prototype for, and prototype for the broadcaster, all that stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I'd be really curious to see the prototypes, because, I mean, Leo pretty much got that perfect right out of the gate. Seen some bursts, didn't get too many footage of that. To be honest with you, I've played some bursts, and they're awesome guitars, but the allure of, or however you say that word, of those guitars is kind of faded for me. They're just very expensive, and they're really good, but not so good that like a really nice reissue that sounds good and that is made to correct historic specs isn't that much worse than an old burst. But they are really cool, and if you have that kind of money to drop 200 grand on a flamey Les Paul or more, then more power to you. But I'm kind of over the Les Paul thing, because reissues are way too expensive, and the original ones are nuts. And even like the Heritage 80s people say are good, and they are good, but they're not historically accurate. So kind of done with the Les Paul thing. The Rumble Seat had a really great booth. They had another. I didn't ask on the year, and there was no sign. I don't remember if it had a long guard. So if it had a long guard, it's 1960 or before. I'll put that video up there now. Had some really good stuff per usual. They're one of the better shops really going in America right now. Pretty much anywhere. I think Rumble Seat's never been to Guitar Point in Germany, but I'm sure Rumble Seat's pretty much up there. Probably always has the coolest stuff and the rarest stuff of the shops that I've gone to. Even like Norm's. Like, Norm's is great, but maybe if you tell them, hey, I got 20 grand to spend, I'm looking for this, they'll go, okay, come back here. but there's not that much random stuff just laying out at Norm's. You really gotta go there and say you gotta buy. But anyways, back to the show. Great. Our local guy, Jimmy's Vintage Music, was there from Auburndale, Florida. The shop, me and my friends frequent all the time, and he's a really great dealer, and he's a fair guy, and not like some of these other dealers that are just full of shit. So yeah, I mean, great show. If you're close to that area, within like a 10-hour drive, like 7 hours for me, if you want to go to a guitar show and you don't get any good ones in your area, like we really don't here. The Orlando one here is pretty average, but the Atlanta one was great, and really happy with that show, and it was worth the drive. We drove right back. Didn't get any footage of the drive. There was a lot of tiredness. We had practice the night before, and then basically stayed up until last night. So it was 24-hour on the run, and it rained the whole time. Typical Georgia. I never have any luck in Georgia, and you know, that's how it goes. But I got some new videos coming up soon. Got some new stuff since the last couple uploads. Nothing super crazy vintage. I did pick up at the show. I've been really wanting to get a fuzz face without paying like $500 for a boutique, like from like Dustin Francis. I'm sure those pedals are great. Just I'm not like a die-hard fuzz face guy yet, so I'm not willing to invest like crazy money on any crazy boutique pedals, or let alone an old fuzz face for $1,300. You know, ordered online that I can't go play. There was one old fuzz face there. If I had the money, you know, and if I was into, let me rephrase that. If I was into fuzz faces like Die Hard, I might have looked in and seen what it was. But I'm not on the market for that yet, so I don't want to spend that money. I could, but I don't want to. So I picked up one of these 90s non-smiley, you know, without the writing down there, fuzzes. Supposedly these are better than the other 90s reissues. Most fuzz faces I've played just have a lot of bass, and I've never really liked them. But I also wasn't playing a Strat, so now that I've recently picked up an American Vintage reissue, really cool American Vintage reissue Strat, and I've been really liking it. I'll do a video on that soon too. I mean, I'll probably just play through. I got a Vibra Champ, and I'll probably just play through the Vibra Champ for the sake of the video and ease. It's hard to crank up my amp when you know, when there's other people in the house. Even like a deluxe reverb, it's still loud. 22 watts, still loud. So yeah, pick this up. I'll probably do a video on this soon, reviewing it if I like it or not. And I guess these are from the 90s at some point. Got a good deal on it. This is one of two fuzz faces I saw there. Everything else was other pedals or an old one. So pretty excited about that. And I got some videos. I know that last video was real short, but I'm rambling on quite a bit in here. So yeah, I guess stay subscribed. Follow me on Instagram at Dr. Docs, D-O-X. Or follow my band at Groove Raps. If you're not familiar with us, check us out on Spotify. We got a bunch of stuff, and our SoundCloud has different stuff at different times. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. Summer's just begun in Florida, so it's getting hot. Time to get out and try not to die in the heat. So yeah, trying to think of anything else. I don't think there's anything else, and I'm kind of rambling on here. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the footage. If there's a guitar show in your area and you're wanting to play some vintage stuff, go check it out, because there's no better place, and 9 out of 10 people are really friendly and will let you pick up your old guitars if you're respectful and you're not a shithead walking around there. So yeah, peace. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.